One of the things I most enjoy about gardening is going to one of my favorite nurseries every spring and seeing all the new plants they have available for the new year. Well, today we're here at TLC Nursery, and TLC is of course one of our underwriters, and we're talking to Jacque Hidell. How you doing?
I'm good, very well.
Good to see you. Welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Jacque is the head grower here at TLC, and she's going to tell us about all these new plants they have. Well, Jacque, I'm really excited about this wonderful Heuchera right here with the purple leaves and the red or pink flowers.
Yes, sir, the Vesuvius. There is also another version, the chocolate lace, that also has the purple and red foliage and also puts out pink blooms. Wow. So that's a new one. The one thing about the Heucheras and Heucherellas and Tiarellas that I'm excited about this year is up until now, a lot of people really just think if you're going to plant in a shady area, you have to use hostas, you have to use moneywort, ajugas, vincas, and there's actually a lot more perennials out there that will take shade. So now the Heucheras and Tiarellas are getting the attention that I think they deserve.
Okay, so there's life beyond hosta.
Yes.
That's what you're telling us.
Yes, very much.
Okay. Well, this is an exciting little succulent right here.
Okay, this is another one that I'm really excited about. This is a fun one. This is actually the Mini Joy. It's a miniature version of the Autumn Joy sedum. It is going to have a more dense and compact habit. It is going to stay quite a bit shorter, 8 to 10 inches. The one thing I loved about the Autumn Joy is how well it took the heat and the drought here. The more you ignored it, the better it did. This is going to be the same version, but the wind is not going to be able to beat it up quite as easily.
So same great plant in a much smaller form.
Miniature version of it.
Okay. Well, these new campanulas look exciting.
Yes, sir. This is actually one of my favorites. This is the bowl of cherries. I actually did a trial of this one in my backyard last year. I did one in a more shady area and one in a sunnier area, and my results actually came back quite opposite of what I was anticipating. The one that got actually the more sun did better. What amazed me was the blooms on this plant will actually, knock your socks off.
Wow.
It is spectacular.
Okay.
And just the sheer volume of blooms that this plant will put out continuously will just, you'll definitely be surprised. This is definitely one to have in the garden.
Can't wait to try this one. We're going to plant one of these in our garden in Stillwater.
Okay.
You wouldn't think the campanulas would handle the heat so well and keep flowering. So
once established, you'd be surprised.
Okay.
They are going to take a little bit more water until you get them established, but once so, I think you're going to be happy with them.
I'm excited about that. Right here we have another one.
It's another one. That version is actually the Cherry Bells. The only difference, you're still going to have all your blooms on this one. However, on this one, your blooms are going to be a little bit more pink, where on the bowl of cherries, you're going to have that more true red color.
Okay.
So,
another exciting foliage plant, looks like, right here.
This is actually a new viola. This version is Mars. The foliage on that is beautiful.
Yes.
I think I'm going to have to put one of these in the backyard and trial it too, but it actually will put out very dainty, light purplish flowers. Late spring, early summer, will bloom throughout the summer and again in fall. But that's kind of a nice one.
Outstanding.
Okay.
And you're pretty excited about this Daylily we got here?
I'm a little bit excited about it, but apparently Martha Stewart is very excited about it. This is one that I saw her feature on one of the shows, one of her Saturday morning gardening shows. The neat thing about this is you've got a tricolored bloom, which on the daylilies, bicolored we're used to. The tricolored we don't see as often, but apparently this bloom is edible. Martha cut it up into cute little pieces and put it on top of one of her salads. Looked really, really neat. So this one is already starting to get quite a bit of attention.
Okay, so another wonderful flavor to add to our garden.
Yes, sir. Edible and ornamental.
Well, that's a cute little grass right here.
Yes, this is a fun one. We've had a lot of people come in wanting to put these in little kids' gardens and kids' corners, and this is actually red bunny tails. There's been a white bunny tails around for quite a while. The red version is a little bit newer, and I wish we had some more blooms on this to show you right now. You can kind of see a little one right there.
See some of the color?
Yes, sir. The blooms actually will get an inch taller than what you see right there. They will max out at about 2 inches, and they'll get a little bit fluffier than that.
I was thinking they would get a little fatter, like a bunny tail.
Yes, it will fill out quite a bit. What you're seeing here is it's been planted for less than a week. So we've turned the heat up and we're trying to get them to hurry up a little bit, but they're a little slow.
Okay.
In the sun, I don't know if you can really see it right there, but they really actually are really, really pretty red.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just kind of fun. It's going to mix up your ornamental grasses a little bit, add a little texture to certain areas in your garden, and it's probably not one that every house in the block is going to have.
That's exciting.
Okay.
And I've heard about this little ajuga over here before.
The
Tell me about that
ajuga,
one.
chocolate chip, shady ground cover, shade lover, will take some morning sun. I don't know, the other ajugas have the larger foliage, kind of
Sure.
rounder leaves.
Yeah, those are tiny.
Yes, these are going to stay quite a bit smaller, more compact. What you're seeing height-wise is pretty much what you're going to get. It is going to stay quite a bit lower to the ground than your normal ajuga. They also have a version of this, which unfortunately I don't have one up here to show you. It's still very, very small, but it is a companion to the chocolate chip. It's actually the vanilla chip. The only difference is your variegation. Instead of your burgundy and green, it's actually green and white.
Wow.
So that's really kind of pretty together. They complement each other really well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you still have your same blue spikes.
Okay, that light color will really help lighten up those shady
Yes.
spots of the garden.
Yeah, add a little extra color.
Okay, what have we
Okay.
got right here?
That is a brand new one, new out this year. Took us a little while to actually get our hands on it. It is a coreopsis, except it's a red coreopsis. This is the Lime Rock Ruby.
Okay.
And I know on coreopsis we've had what, yellow, white, and a few pinks. But what kind of got my attention on this plant is in perennial wise, you don't see red. Red is a little bit more of a scarce color in perennials. And here you've got your true red. Coreopsis has the same habit, growth habit, same conditions, excuse me, temperance.
We'll have to try one of those as well.
Yes, this one's definitely going to end up in the yard.
And then you've got an echinacea or a coneflower?
Yes, sir. The echinacea, I'm sorry, this looks kind of pitiful right now. This one was actually done from a tissue culture. The tissue cultures do take a little bit longer to grow in. This version is actually called Ruby Giant.
Okay.
This is going to be, if you like echinaceas and coneflowers, you definitely have to have one in the yard this year. The Ruby Giant actually has blooms that are 7 inches in diameter.
Wow.
It is a magenta color, a bright pink magenta color, but the blooms are just
Huge.
huge.
Wow,
Yes,
7-inch
yeah.
blooms.
Yes.
Wow, I can't wait to see one of those in bloom.
Okay.
And right here is,
The Persecia Red Dragon,
okay.
which I know has been out for a year or two, but hasn't gotten a whole lot of attention. Does really, really well here in Oklahoma, and I think it's very pretty.
Another wonderful foliage plant.
Yes, sir. It needs a little bit more attention.
Well, Jackie, I really appreciate you showing us
Not a
these
problem.
plants.
Thank you for coming in.
You've got some wonderful foliage and flowering plants, and thank you very much.
Thank you.